Hello, welcome to another Burgundy with Tweedy video. I'm in the Wye Valley on a short holiday with family. This is the bridge over the River Wye at Brockweir, a village between Monmouth and Chepstow in the southern end of the Wye Valley. I have actually filmed a wine tasting here before in the very early days of Tweedy Outdoors. Don't even remember what the wine was. Today, going to be some Nuits from a producer called Jerome Chezeauz. Fairly sure I've had something from these people before, Jerome Chezeauz. A 2019 vintage, and it's apparently a Premier Cru as well. Boudots is the name, Boudots. I don't think it was particularly pricey. Premier Cru wines from Nuits are often surprisingly reasonably priced. This is a road here. This is a road bridge. It's not a footbridge. It's a little bit of a conspicuous spot. We'll probably be seeing cars passing in the background, and maybe the bridge wobbling as the cars pass. Back to terrible stemware. Staying in a cottage here in Brockweir, which actually had at least a couple of glasses that looked reasonable, but just felt a little bit of a cheek to sort of take them out of the cottage and come and balance them precariously on a bridge. I end up knocking one over or something, so have this hideous thing. Sorry. I mean, I will be enjoying another glass of this later with some proper glass stemware. There isn't much point, given the terrible stemware and the slightly subdued lighting, talking much about the colour, but just you'll have to take my word for it that it's somewhere in the middle towards ever so slightly dark, perhaps. I think there's a nice bit of cherry on the nose there. Let's give that a bit of a swirl, see what that does. Excitingly, I don't know if you can see that on camera, the whole bridge wobbles when a car drives over it. I would say cherry veering slightly into red berry fruit. There's a bit of both there. But at least initially, definitely, I think I got a bit of cherry. Probably now a bit of raspberry, strawberry. A little bit of a fruit bowl there. But that's quite nice. The scent is somehow dry. I know it doesn't quite make sense for an aroma to be dry, but rather than a notion of sort of rich, luscious cherry and red berry fruit, I'm getting more of a sense of perhaps slightly drier versions of those. But it's nice still. On the palate, that is a little bit fresher and brighter and fuller and juicier than I expected, given that nose. As I said, the nose was giving me a slight sense of sort of possibly dried fruit, but quite fresh, luscious, fruity sort of a palate, and lively and pretty. That's really quite pleasant, actually. I think the whole thing is quite youthful. Generally, Premier Crus, they are probably intended to be aged a bit more than this, but it's not youthful in a kind of green, awkward sort of way. It's youthful in it's very fresh and fruity, and that's probably the way in which I will most enjoy drinking it personally. Other people might want to give this another few years, I can imagine. But I like that. Fresh, upbeat, good acidity, nice balance, a little bit of sweetness there to carry that fruit. One of those things out of whack. I think it's pretty light on the tannin and on any kind of secondary sort of spicy sort of notes. But I've managed to burn my tongue earlier, so everything's coming across as a bit piquant. It's not impairing the enjoyment of the fruit character there, but it is making just about everything I eat today seem to taste a tiny bit spicy. But yeah, that is good. Fresh, fruity, jolly, lively, really nice fruit character. On the palate, are we still thinking? I think I'm still talking about cherries and red berries, probably. Something in that sort of ballpark. I think we're more talking red fruit rather than black fruit as well. And looking at the colour again now, I would say that's probably more towards the medium than, I don't know if I said it looked slightly darker really, I'm not sure what the observation was. As always, there's terrible stemware and so on. Bridge wobbling again as the car passes. I might wrap that up there then. I'm pretty happy with that actually. Fresh, bright and fruity, and actually quite pretty and fun on the palate. That's a very, that's an adjective that could definitely be taken two ways in terms of wine, couldn't it? Fun, that could just sound very condescending, but I'm actually enjoying it. It is fun in the sense that it is causing me enjoyment, which is surely what this is all about. So, I think I'll stop babbling there then. Cheers. Been back to the cottage where we're staying and had dinner. very nice. Vegetable lasagna, if it matters. I thought I'd come back to the bridge. It's 8:20. I might have missed sunset, I'm not exactly sure. It is a little bit cloudy today, isn't it? A little bit overcast. I think I may have seen a similar situation to this when I was here that last time. Was that 2-3 years ago now, in the very early days of my YouTube endeavours? And I was surprised then. It looked a bit like this, I suppose. Quite sort of overcast sky. Which slightly later turned into a surprisingly nice sunset. So I'm probably not going to be treated to that 2 times in a row, am I? The wine is still good. I'm pleased with that. I was drinking it in some proper glass. Actually, not stemware. They had some nice stemless wine glasses back at the cottage. Well, I don't know if they're intended as wine glasses, but things that, you know, the overall shape of the bowl looked like a wine glass, but no stem. Good shape, good size, I thought. But again, I thought it's a little bit cheeky to bring them out. The risk of possibly knocking one off the side of the bridge, smashing it or losing it. Back to the terrible stemware. But this is good stuff. I would get this again. Really nice and fruity. Quite sort of concentrated, intense. I don't know about intense. Is intense the right word? But certainly delightfully fruity. I currently have the sense that if any pink is going to emerge, it's going to be over there. But actually, maybe I've just missed the boat. What time is it now? 8:25, and my phone tells me the official moment of sunset was 8:19, 6 minutes past here in the Wye Valley. Of course, it's a little bit later here compared to London because we're a little bit further west, so there might have been a little bit more to show for it had I finished dinner and got out 5 minutes earlier, but it's often the way of these things. My dessert is waiting at home, I say the cottage where we're staying. Some Wye Valley ice cream. Is it Brooks? It's called, very nice ice cream maker that I remember enjoying as a kid here. Brooks or something, I think they're called. Welsh Gold, a little bit of little clusters of honeycomb in. So I'm gonna go and have some of that with some strawberries. And I think I'm giving up on the sunset now. But thanks for watching. See you on the next one, etc. Blah blah. Bye.